and welcome back to our channel. My name is Frankie. I am the Michigan-based half of the theme park Damsels. We have another very fun and exciting challenge for our very own Riley. She is going to be heading off to Hollywood Studios, and myself, producer Jimmy, and Riley, we all came together, divided up the map of Hollywood Studios, and sent Riley on a wild goose chase to find some hidden Mickeys. If you don't know the lore of hidden Mickeys, they are quintessential Disney culture. It's exactly what they sound like. Hidden Mickeys, maybe in a motif, a design, a building. It's supposed to be something not seen to the naked eye unless you're actually looking. We came up with 20 for her to look for. However, I think she's gonna crush that goal, and I'm gonna go with 25. So we're gonna watch along together. So let's see what Riley gets into and how many hidden Mickeys she can find. Let's go.
Hello, beautiful humans. My name is Riley, and I'm the Florida-based half of the theme park Damsels. And I'm here at Hollywood Studios today, and Frankie's got me on another challenge/quest. And today it's all about hidden Mickeys. So I've got some clues from Frankie, clues from Jimmy. I have found some clues. I'm also gonna ask some cast members for their favorite hidden Mickeys as well. My goal is to find 20. 20 today. It's just a little bit after noon. The park's open until 9:30, so I've got 9.5 hours to find 20 hidden Mickeys. I think we got this one in the bag. I'm gonna head into the animation courtyard and start that way and then work my way around the park. So let's get started. Let's go hunt for our bestie. Okay, so our first clue here is from producer extraordinaire Jimmy, and he is sending me into the Disney Junior Dance Party. It says, go into the dance room, keep your eyes up, and lights shine off this hidden Mickey. So I think I know what it is, and I don't know that I'll have to stay for the whole show. So we're gonna head inside and see if I can find it. So into the Disney Junior Dance Party I go. So they had to cancel the show. So the next one's at 2:10. So we can't go look for the sparkly Mickey head in the Disney Junior Dance Party, but supposedly there's one in the launch bay. So while I'm over here, we'll head inside the launch bay and see if I can find the one in there.
So the way we divided this challenge up amongst the three of us is we divided Hollywood Studios into 3 parts essentially. So my part is Grand Avenue, which is like the Muppets courtyard, as well as Batu. And then Jimmy had, and Toy Story Land. And then Jimmy had, the old animation courtyard, RIP, if you know, you know, which includes Star Wars Launch Bay, Disney Junior Dance Party, and kind of that area of the park.
Okay guys, I've made my way into the launch bay and I have found it. So if you come in the launch bay, immediately go to the left. There's a room that has a whole bunch of Star Wars ships in it, like models. And the Tantive 4 is the one that the Mickey and Minnie are in, and it's hidden. So let me flip the camera around. I'm gonna show you. I might have to light it up, which is, luckily it's not really busy in here. So give me just a second. Supposedly that is a poster, a Star Wars poster, and it's got Minnie and Mickey in it. I don't know how anybody could ever find that, but I used the Googs and I definitely had some help, but it's in there.
See, these are the crazy details that you would never, like, who is gonna look into that crevice? Not me. But that picture is really cute. I would maybe like a copy of that.
Just around the corner from the animation courtyard is the Walt Disney Presents. And according to my clue, Walt himself is holding a hidden Mickey. So we're gonna head inside and see if I can find it. Oh, hidden Mickey count 1 down, 19 to go.
Very glad Minnie and Mickey and Pluto toys do not look like that anymore. That would scare the children, I fear, and myself.
Okay, so I've made my way down to the 1940 section, which that was in the clue. 1940. And then in Walt's hand is this picture, and I just zoomed in on it, and there's a pretty classic hidden Mickey in there, which is pretty cool. So 2 down, 18 to go. Okay, beautiful humans, I made my way around the bend into Toy Story Land. And this one is, in fact, not a Mickey. It's not a character at all, but it's definitely a nod to Frankie's favorite Disney movie, or Disney Princess. They have the Tangled style on one of the blocks here in Toy Story Land. It's actually right by the stroller parking, if I can step out. So it's kind of across from Jessie because she's holding up the lights for Slinky Dog, and it's on this little block here. How fun is that? So 3 down. I have wandered my way over to Galaxy's Edge, Batu. Toy Story Land was very, very busy. So if I don't hit my 20, I'll head back because I know there's a whole lot hidden over there. But for right now, behind me is going to be a hidden Donald that is literally the entire front of the outside of Oga's Cantina. So you've got his like bill, his eyes, his hat, and then the blue is going to be like the tassel of his hat. I will now never not see it. It's definitely more of the abstract when it comes to like hidden things. Mickey's pretty like your classic 3 or like a profile, but this is cute that it's like a little nod to Donald right here outside of Frankie and I's favorite spot in all of Star Wars. So yeah, that's 4, 5? I'll have to recheck. I think 4. So 4 down, 16 to go.
What's so crazy about that Donald like Easter egg is how many times I've looked at Oga's and walked into Oga's and just have never like even realized that. And I remember when I was looking up the hidden Mickeys to do for Hollywood Studios, I'm like, there's not, Riley and I both said, we're like, there's not going to be anything in Batu. So do we even do it? And then I started looking it up and I said, you're not going to believe this. There's actually a lot of Easter eggs. Not just Star Wars Easter eggs, like Mickey Fab 5 Easter eggs in Batu, which is crazy.
Okay, hidden thing, round 2 here. So I'm in front of the Millennium Falcon, which I'm very close to it. But there's a hidden Millennium Falcon on the Millennium Falcon. So hold on, let me turn you around. I don't know about you, but I think that is absolutely adorable. It's kind of, you gotta like bend over to kind of see it, but it's there and it's cute. We love to see it. So that's 2 in Galaxy's Edge. Not Mickey's, but definitely hidden stuff.
And I read somewhere in this research that it's apparently a toy. It's Chewie's toy, Millennium Falcon. I could definitely do some more research into that, but that's what I'm pretty sure I read. Not to speculate.
Yeah, I have made my way off planet to the Muppet Courtyard. Before this area was announced to be closed, nobody was ever over here, but now it's just common. So, the Miss Piggy Fountain used to have a hidden Mickey floaty that Rizzo was standing on, and Fozzie was on the other side. But in its current iterations, they're gone. So it's just Miss Piggy. So
oh no,
it's just not there. There's lots of pictures of it online though, so we'll definitely throw that up. But I can't count it because
oh no.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to apologize for our slight technical difficulties. But I do wish to assure you that no one was hurt. This theater suffered only minor damage.
Okay, so I just got out of Muppet Vision, and there are. The Hidden Mickey book used to be a thing. I had it and there was an app to go with it. It's no longer around. But they counted, there's like the license plate on the fire truck at the end of the film. That counted as 1. And then like the Mickey balloons and then Waldo turning into Mickey. So I'm going to count those collectively as 1. So we're up to 6. I'm really sad about the whole floaty situation in the fountain, but hey, it is what it is. Okay, guys, I asked a cast member specifically for help on the Hidden Mickeys, and she says that she has the most special Hidden Mickey in all of Hollywood Studios. This is my friend Miranda. Okay, ready? Get ready. 3, 2, 1, go. That counts.
It does.
So that's number 7. Thank you, Miranda. And then we're on to the next. Alrighty, I skedaddled my way back over to the animation courtyard to do the Disney Junior dance party. And because there are so many children inside, I just kind of grabbed a quick above shot to show you guys. But count that. I think we're at 8. Maybe 9. I'll have to count again, but put it on the list. All right, I am in the Backlot Express restaurant with the famous Wookiee cookie, but I'm at the drink station that is closest to Star Tours, and I just found a classic hidden Mickey. It's on the side of a paint can. Let me show you. Okay, so here's the drink station, and then if you go up here, and then we're gonna zoom in. Look! Oh, right there. There it is. I don't know about you, but I think that's a pretty good one. I think there's another one in here, so I'm gonna do some more exploring. Okay, I don't know if I would classify this as hidden Mickey, but when I'm looking at, like, the app is still loaded on my phone. It says that it is, so I'm gonna show you, and we can maybe give it half a point. I don't know. It's not hidden, it's just on the bulletin board, so maybe we count it, I don't know, but I'll show you. So here's the exit door that goes out to Star Tours, and then on the bulletin board, right next to it, Minnie and Mickey are on here. I guess that counts. I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna give myself the point. So more Mickeys. We still got more to find, so let's go. Midday check-in. So I'm at 10. If we sort of count the multiples with Muppet Vision and then the Mickey and the bulletin board, I'm gonna call it 10. So what I'm gonna do is kind of head towards the front of the park, so we haven't been up there yet. See if we can get to the 20 with what's up here in the gift shops in Hollywood Boulevard and Sunset Boulevard. To the front of the park is where we're headed next. So behind me is the Hollywood Vine restaurant, which is a character dining you need a reservation for. That's not the important part. If you look above it, does everybody see this? This is Eddie Valiant's office. For those who don't know, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Eddie Valiant is the main human character. He was the one who helps figure out who framed Roger. But Roger's outline is up in the window up there, and this is Eddie's office. We love that. I'm going to count that. Maybe that's my other half point for the Mickey. So let's say we're at 10.5, we're at 10, maybe 11.
I've never seen that in my life, and now I will have to look for that. And Who Framed Roger Rabbit is one of my favorites. So Maroon Studios.
I don't know, but I want to show you this because I love this detail so much. And it's really hard to find anything Who Framed Roger Rabbit related around here. So this, I love this. Okay, so I'm basically at the top of Hollywood Boulevard. So that if you're walking towards the Chinese theater on the right-hand side, the first shop is going to be in the dark room. And they're actually all connected on the inside, but the second one is called Cover Story. And that's the one that's behind me. And I don't know if you can tell. I took footage of it from the other way that you can see better. But in this strip up here above these windows is a like cut off classic 3-circle Mickey.
See, those are my favorite hidden Mickeys. The one in like, that aren't obviously, I mean, they're hidden, so they shouldn't be obvious, but so cool.
I've never noticed it before, and I've walked by here countless times. So I think we're at 12, guys. 12, 8 more to go. Okay, so I'm just sitting down to see the Beauty and the Beast show, because apparently Cogsworth has a hidden Mickey on his back in his costume. So we're gonna watch the show and find out.
Lived in a shining castle. Although he had everything his heart desired, the prince was spoiled, selfish, and unkind.
Okay, the show just wrapped. I would probably not call that a hidden Mickey. Yes, it is 3 circles, but they're not connected. I don't know. Great show regardless. It's been here forever. Have not seen it in forever, so that was really fun anyway. I wouldn't count it, but we'd say we're at 13. I don't know, 12. Still at 12, I feel. So I'm gonna head to meet Minnie and Mickey, because multiple sources have said that there's one in the queue in there. Of course, Mickey himself. So I feel like I have to, because he's the theme of the day. So back that way we go. The line for Minnie and Mickey jumped from 25 to 60. So we're gonna have to come back for that. just not the best use of my time. So we're gonna try Star Tours. I do know back in the day there were quite a few, so I'm gonna verify with the cast members before I head in. Hopefully I can get at least one, if not two, in line. So there we go. Lightspeed to Endor. Okay, Star Tours came in clutch. I know a lot of the older attractions do have more than the newer attractions. So there were 2 in the queue and then a half because now DJ Rex, but our old pilot of Star Tours, is in the queue as well. So there was one in the panel above C3PO as you immediately like enter the inside part of the queue. Like a half and then 2 circles, so like a classic 3-headed or 3-circled Mickey. And then as you kind of bend around the corner where the lines merge, there's a screen that a bunch of characters walk through, and then C3PO, or I'm sorry, R2-D2 at one point puts up his little antenna and makes Mickey ears, and I happen to just catch it at the exact perfect moment. So 2 more hidden Mickeys found, thank you Star Tours. And then like I said, the old pilots, C3PO now is your pilot. Before, when you didn't have options, old school Star Tours, my Star Tours, one of the droids is in the queue, which I think is cute, and every once in a while he will give some of his old spiel. So, super fun. So, I think we're up to 15, so I only have 5 more to find. I'm doing good, Okay, I made my way into baseline just to grab a drink and chill out and like recount the Mickeys that I found. And I was talking to the bartender about my day, and she goes, "Oh, there's one in here. I'm told it's behind the like cooler that they have, but I've never actually seen it." So I found it, took a picture of it for her, and then went back and showed her the hidden Mickey that's back here. So Stephanie, the bartender, she's amazing. She made me a special, her favorite cocktail, strawberry vodka lemonade, 10 out of 10, 5 out of 5, Damsel delights. So, all right, let me get to that hidden Mickey. I'll show you. Give me 1 second. There it is. So thank you to the bartender, Stephanie, and I will add another Mickey to the list. Okay, here comes the first big wait time of the day for me. I'm gonna hop in line for Minnie and Mickey's Runaway Railway, or Mickey and Minnie's. To me, Minnie comes first. She's in charge after all. I think this is gonna knock out a lot for us, guys. I know there are lots and lots of hidden Mickeys in here, so I'm gonna do my best for us. Here we go.
I think there's, in Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, I think there is a actual count of how many hidden Mickeys there are. Again, I can confirm, but I'm pretty sure there's like an obscene amount of hidden Mickeys, like not just the queue, but the ride itself also.
Oh, hiya, folks. Want to take a ride on the train?
Let's go!
Just exited Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and that definitely put me to 20 already. There are so many. There's multiple in the lights, the wallpaper in the pre-show room, the lights up top in that room, the pearls at the end of the underwater when you like go over the falls and all the bubbles come up, and then there's like 5 pearls or 5 clams. The one in the middle has Hidden Mickey in it. Daisy's lights in her studio. When we conga, one of the flowers in the middle is a Hidden Mickey. There's a nod to the Great Movie Ride, which that counts as like a Hidden Mickey sort of in here in the carnival scene before they get sucked into the twister, which is something I noticed the very first time I rode this ride, and I love that they put an homage to the Great Movie Ride that was here before, which was a really hard one to say goodbye to. So that definitely put me into 20. So the task is done for the day, but we are not done. We're gonna head to up Sunset Boulevard, which is where some of my favorite hidden Mickeys are. And we're gonna head to Rock and Roller Coaster, and I'm gonna show you probably one of the most well-known, but still one of my favorite hidden Mickeys in all of the parks. So let's go. Okay, off Rock and Roller Coaster. I actually found another one that I didn't even know was there. So there's one on if you're in the standby queue before you enter where they like the merge point, there's a tile floor, and then it goes to carpet. So before you get to the carpet, everything else is like very straight edge, very jagged. And then there are 3 perfect circles. That is 100% supposed to be like an homage to Mickey, even though it's not like the size proportions are correct, but it counts. And then of course there's the one in the recording studio when you see Aerosmith, when they say we get backstage passes and we need a super stretch. That was a classic, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows about it, but it counts, so add it to the list. I think we're at 22, maybe more with how many we found in Runaway Railway. So yeah, we're doing great. Killing this challenge. There are 2 hidden Mickeys that we're hoping to capture during the show. I'm very excited about these. So I'm gonna set up the tripod and see what I can do. Hopefully I can get towards the middle to get the best view of the one at the top of the show. Pretty high up in the queue here, so I should have no problem. Get ready for some magic.
Majesty.
Oh, look, a magic lamp. Maybe if I just rub it and wish.
Alrighty, beautiful humans. I just exited Fantasmic. Best show ever created. Walking out, a dad, I heard him say, that was literally worth the entire day. That show was absolutely amazing. Don't skip it. I know we've said this before, but I'm gonna remind you again, do not skip Fantasmic. I don't care how tired you are, how hot you've been, figure it out. Stay for the show. So back to the day, that was a wrap on our Hidden Mickey Challenge for Hollywood Studios. I think we blew 20 out of the water. And the crazy thing is, I waited in 2 queues to find them, and there are so many more here that I didn't even scratch the surface on. So I am so excited to talk to Frankie and find out which one she knew about, and which one that we didn't even get into that she knows about. So thank you so much for coming along, and Frankie, I will see you in a minute.
I'm excited to talk to you.
And just like that, we're together.
You did the Hidden Mickey Challenge. You crushed the Hidden Mickey Challenge at Hollywood Studios. The goal was 20. We ended with 28. Is that where it ended? 28, I think?
I honestly don't know.
I think it was 28. I just watched it, so you would think I would remember. 28, I think, is what we ended up.
Yeah, I knew it was definitely more. I just don't know how many over 20 that I found.
It was a very exciting day, though. There was so many that I didn't know. Some I did know. Some I didn't know that I gave you that didn't exist anymore. For that, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
What was your favorite part of the day that you came across?
Like thing that I found, or like day overall?
Yeah, thing that you found.
My favorite is probably the mini Millennium Falcon on the Millennium Falcon. Just because I think that's just so stinking cute. Like, Star Wars is not my favorite. I think that we've made that pretty clear on the channel. But just to have like a little baby Millennium Falcon stuck up in there, I just think is just stupidly cute. So, and I had heard that that was a thing. I had never really looked for it before the day of. So it's always kind of fun when you hear about something to finally like go and do it or go and see it. So yeah, and it was like, I definitely had Google as a helper a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. Just because if you don't know exactly what you're looking for, it can be really hard to find stuff like that. Especially like hidden Mickeys, I think, you know, to look for 3 circles or like a side profile or like a Mickey head. So it's almost like easier to look for a Mickey than it is for something that's not Mickey, you know? What was your favorite?
I really liked the little Star Wars poster inside of that ship. Because like, who the heck is actually gonna look in there?
Right.
But that picture was so cute, and I would really like a copy of that somewhere.
Absolutely.
But that was my favorite. And I like the ones that are like very unassuming, like, so you think like the Imagineers who created those were like, nobody's ever gonna see this. But the ones who do see it will appreciate it. I also love like the amount of hidden Mickeys in Runaway Railway. I think that was like one of the first, I remember one of the first things like hearing about that attraction was how many hidden Mickeys there are. And it's like an obscene amount, like total. So seeing, and a lot of them I never saw, there's so much going on in that attraction. Like you don't think to stop and be like, hold on, let me find the hidden Mickey.
And then I also think that like you kind of move pretty fast through the ride.
Yeah, you do.
And then like depending on which vehicle you get, like I had, for example, like the Dapper Dans were listed and they're like in the park. I had seen them before, but my particular ride vehicle on that day did not go to where that screen was. So like you would have, depending on which ride vehicle you get, you're going to be able to see completely different ones. So that kind of keeps it fun too.
Yeah, it's a new experience each and every time. And each experience is just as adorable as the last.
Absolutely.
So, is there like a textbook definition of what is considered a hidden Mickey? Because the Cogsworth one, I thought was a stretch, but then the ones that don't touch, like it could be like 3 circles, but what if they don't touch? So like the C-3PO one, and then
the gears, I think in Runaway Railway, they didn't touch either.
Oh, okay. Yes, that was it. Yep.
So when the book was a thing. So for those who don't know, back in the day, and I don't know why they don't have this, I think that the whole hidden Mickey culture has sort of gone down a little bit.
Yeah, it has.
Which I think is really sad because for people who live and breathe theme parks, like it's Jimmy was just saying the other day, he goes, I remember when you told me that was a thing, and he goes, oh my gosh, this is a completely new way that we get to go and view the theme parks, was to like just specifically go and look for hidden Mickeys. So there was a book, and it absolutely had like the introduction of like why hidden Mickeys are a thing, like introducing them into Epcot and why it was important to the Imagineers to bring that touch of Disney magic to a park where they said, we are not having Mickey, we are not having Minnie, we are like, this is not a cartoon park. So it's a really important like Disney culture thing, and they went through the whole history of that. And then they also described like a classic hidden Mickey, which is like the 3 circles. You might see like side profile. It might be Mickey's entire face. I don't think that it necessarily broke down if the circles have to be touching or not. I think it's kind of one of those things that like, it has to look intentional. You know? Whereas I think like the Cogsworth thing, and we should probably look to see like, did you ever see his back in the movie? Is that what it looks like? Or did they like add that in the costume for the show?
Yeah.
You know?
Because that might make it its case for
for it being a hidden Mickey. Because I too was like,
yeah. Because I was looking at it in the video and I'm like,
no,
where the heck is this thing? I was like, even when he turned around, I was like, no.
Confused, yeah, absolutely. So in companion to the book, there was an app. And it literally was like side-by-side guide with the book, and every hidden Mickey had like a point system for how easy or hard it was to find. The one in the Star Wars ship would be the highest level of hidden, right? Whereas I think that the one on the floor in Rock and Roller Coaster would be like a medium, because you're not necessarily looking at the ground. Yeah. Right, but like the ones in the 4 panels inside of Runaway Railway, the showroom, those would be like a level 1. And so, fun fact about me, I take my old iPhone with me when I go shoot, so that way I can like have my current iPhone as my camera, and then if I need to look up stuff, I've got my extra iPhone for that. The app is still on that phone.
Oh, that's cool.
So,
and you can still get on it?
Yes. So, because it was like you just like downloaded the app. It didn't have to like connect to the internet or anything. Yeah. So I happened to have it with me that day, and so I was like going through to help me get to the 20. So that is where like the Rock and Roller Coaster extra one came from. It was like, okay, when you're in the standby line, and it had the way that it broke it down is it would have like a general clue, and then it would get very specific.
Okay.
So it would be like
master level clue.
So where like you couldn't miss it, you know exactly what to look for. Bottom left corner on the poster, look for the 3 circles, right? You know, that type of thing. I wish it was still updated. I wish you could still download it, because I think it was really fun. It's just not updated. So like it had, there used to be a couple in the Star Tours gift shop. Like as you exit, right, they push you through the gift shop. I do remember that. But they redid the gift shop, so all those hidden Mickeys no longer exist. So I was like, that was like really sad for me to be like, oh. And they didn't like add any more. So yeah.
I was very impressed with the amount of hidden Mickeys that I never saw in Fantasmic.
Really?
Ever. Yeah. The bubbles, never saw the bubbles. Like, I'm not looking for them. There's so much going on in that show.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
I don't think to look for hidden Mickeys.
Yeah.
So.
And then had you seen the one at the top of the show when the lights,
I've never
never seen that?
No.
So that's great, because I toot my own horn. I'm really good at finding hidden Mickeys. That is something that I'm like, I don't know, my eyes like, ooh, 3 circles. Is that a Mickey? Is that a Mickey? The first time I saw the show after the COVID redo, I was like, I think I just saw a hidden Mickey. But you can't like rewind it and go back. It's live, right?
Yeah.
So then I had, depending on like the angle that you're sitting, you can see it better or not. So it took a couple extra shows for me to like sit in the right angle, and I was like, I did see a hidden Mickey.
Yeah. I'm not crazy. I did
But
see
the
it.
Bubbles one, it was one of those things that I Googled, and they were like, oh, it's in the bubbles, look for the genie. And so of course I had seen it, but I had never really like clocked that was, it's a perfect Mickey head.
Yeah, so now next time I watch it, I'm going to be on extra high alert.
Look for the genie.
For hidden Mickeys.
Were there any that I didn't find that you know about?
Toy Story Land, I know it was very people-y. There were so many cool ones that I found in Toy Story Land. Specifically for whatever reason, the Slinky Dog queue, which I thought might be a stretch for just because that ride is insane all the time. There is one, it's right when you board Slinky, Andy drew like a mock-up of the ride, and it's a piece of notebook paper that's ripped. So one of the rips is like a perfect Mickey head in that.
That's fun. Any others that you know about that we didn't even touch on?
First of all, not a specific one, but the amount of hidden Mickeys that are or Easter eggs in Batuu. Because I remember when we talked about this challenge originally, we're like, oh, there's going to be nothing in Batuu. Star Wars, there's not going to be any. There were so many. That was the surprise of the day. I was like, wow, there's really a lot. Oh, Jimmy texted me, where is this Donald you talk about? And I literally had to draw for him. Like, here's his eyes, here's his tassel, here's his beak. Crazy. How many times we walked into that place
and it's just funny because I've looked at the circles before and thought, those are kind of weird. But now I know they're eyeballs.
Yeah. What is your favorite hidden Mickey that you didn't find on your journey that
I did not find? So there's one in Tower that is really cool, and if you blink and you're gonna miss it kind of deal. So if I'm remembering, I never remember which, because it's only one side. It's not both elevator shafts. I want to say if you're looking out, it's the one to the left.
Okay.
And so, you know how like you pull forward and then like before the elevator doors like shut, you get all those twinkling lights and they come down together and then there's like a big white line and then the doors open.
Yep.
They make a Mickey head.
Oh, okay.
And it's really fast. It's almost as fast as the lights at the top of Fantasmic.
Okay.
But yeah, the little twinkly lights are like they're like fiber optic, come all the way down together and they make a Mickey head, and then like you can see the white line, then the doors open up before you move into like the drop shaft. They make a Mickey head, and that's just one of those things every time I'm like, look for the Mickey head. Any other thoughts about Hidden Mickey Day at Hollywood Studios?
Hidden Mickey Day. No, that was really fun. That was definitely a different way to go to the parks and enjoy the parks. I think for hardcore Disney fans, annual pass holders, I think that's really fun to do. Especially if you've got like first timers with you or like people who really appreciate Disney history and Easter eggs. There are some people who are like that, not just like want to go.
Yeah.
People who want to actually learn and absorb the culture that is Disney parks. So it was a really fun day. I would really like to do that when we're together one time.
Hidden Mickey Day?
I think that would be fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
At a different park or some resorts maybe. I don't know.
I think that they're all over the place, not just at the parks.
But no, it looks like a really great day. Glad you had fun. You crushed the challenge per usual. The Hidden Mickey challenge.
I felt really good about.
Yeah.
Like I really did complete it. Not just like courtesy points. Like I really did it.
You really caught them all. You sure did.
Catch that, Mickey.
Yeah. But it's crazy. You like barely scratched the surface. There's so many.
Yeah.
There's so many.
For sure.
Speaking of, what is your favorite Hidden Mickey at Hollywood Studios, at any of the parks, the resorts, etc.? Tell us about your favorite Hidden Mickey in the comments below.
And if you like this sort of video and you're looking for more fun challenges that we do in the park, make sure you click on the link in the description down below. And thank you so much for coming along on our Hidden Mickey Day. And as always,
Like and subscribe
for more. My Mickeys.